Hi, and welcome to Clappia. In this video, we will see how to make an incident reporting app for your organization, where an employee can register an incident taking place and relevant teams can operate on it quickly. Do keep in mind, incidents differ for various organizations, so you can change the app structure according to your needs. So let's see how to build this. Once you log into your workplace, click on New App in your dashboard. In the Design app, you can create your app interface. First, give a name to the app. I'll name it Incidents. Next, I'll click on Add Section and I will give a name to the section on the right-hand panel under Section Name as Incident Reports. Click on Save. Now when I click on Add Field, you can see the various pre-coded blocks available for creating your app interface. If you would like to know how each of them works in detail, you can check out our other videos on them. Now the first thing I would like in the incident reporting app would be to generate an incident number or a ticket number for each incident reported. For that, I will use the unique numbering block. On the right hand panel, I will change the label to ticket number. For the prefix, that is what the ticket number will start with, I will mention TN as in ticket number. Minimum length, I will give 8, which includes TN. And the ticket number will start from 1. You can change these according to your needs. Now I'll click on Save. If I would like to capture the name of the employee who is reporting the incident, I can use the single line text for them to input their name. But if I would like the system to automatically capture their name, I will use the calculations and logic block. Under label, I will change it to reported by. And under formulas, you can have calculations and logic just like spreadsheet. We share a similar library. But in place of cell numbers, we use the concept of variable names, which you can find at the top of every field in brackets. So you can either call out these variables or a preset variables that we have. So for the system to automatically capture the name of the person reporting, I can type in @submitter name and save this. Now if you would like to capture the date and time of the incident reported, you can use the date and time selector blocks. So I'll click on date selector. On the right hand panel, I'll change the label to date. I go to the advanced option, and if I want the system to automatically capture the date, I will enable the first option that says default to current date. And if I don't want the employee to make any changes to the date, I will disable the next two options. Similarly, I can add the time selector block, change the label to time, go to the advanced option. I will enable default to current time and disable the second option. Now, if you would like to capture the type of incident taking place, you can use a drop-down block. This is useful for selecting an option from a list of options. Under label, I will change it to incident type. And under options, I will mention the different types of incident that can take place, keeping in mind that they are mentioned one after the other and that there are no spaces after each option. Next, I can use the multi-line text block for the employee to give a detailed description of the incident. This multi-line text block is useful for capturing long information. So on the label, I will change it to incident details and save. Now, if you would also like the employee to submit some kind of images, videos, or documents as proof of incident, then you can use the camera image and files block. I'll change the label as proof of incident. And in the advanced option under allowed file types, you can see the different types of uploads that can be done. So if you only want images and videos to be uploaded to your app, you can select these options. You can also set the maximum number of file types allowed. For now, I will set it as 1. If you would like to give priority for the incident to be rectified, then again you can use the single selector block, change this to priority, and give the options as low, medium, and high. If you would like to capture the signature of the employee reporting the incident, you can use the signature block. I'll change this to signature of reporter. You can also add another date block to mention when the incident must be resolved. So I can change this to due date. Under the advanced option, I will enable allow date to be changed by user and to show current date options so that the employee will be able to actually select a date. You can set status for your incident. So if you need to know whether a team is working on the incident, you can mention it whether it is open, in progress, or completed. For that, you can use the single selector block again, change this to status. And under options, I will mention open, in progress, or completed. Normally, when an employee will be submitting a new incident, the status would be open. So I can give a default value as open. So in the app, they need not make any selection. I can add another multi-line text block for the employee to capture the resolution details. I can add another signature block to capture signature of the resolver. And finally, I can add another date block to know when the incident has been resolved. Under the advanced option, I can keep all three options as enabled. So the system will automatically capture the current date or the employee can select a date. Now for the last three fields, it mentions resolution. So this would be only when the status of the incident is completed. So if you would like these three options to appear in your app only if the status is completed, then you can give display conditions for them. So if I click on resolution details field, I go to the advanced option. You can see display this field if. So over here again you can call out the variables and give the display condition. So that would be only if status is completed, then display this field. So I will type in @status equals to completed. This will implement the display condition in your app. I will give the same conditions for the other two blocks. Now the app structure for your incident reporting app has been completed. You can also give statuses for this app if you require. For that you go to step 2, which is configuration, and then click on status. For any submission made, the status will always show as submitted. But if you would like additional status, say in progress or completed, you can click on add status and type in the statuses that you need. Now I'll save this. Let's see how the app works. So I'll go to app home where the app is live and ready to use. You can see ticket number says that it will be automatically generated. So once you make a submission, the ticket number will be generated. You can see the system has automatically captured the name, date and time. When I scroll down, you can see that the last three fields that we had added after status has not appeared in this app. When I select completed, it now appears. That is because we had given the display condition for them. Now I'll go ahead and fill in the details of this app really quickly. Now that I have filled in all the details, I'll click on Submit. You can view all your submissions under the Submissions tab, and when you click on any submission that you might have, a right-hand panel will appear capturing all the details made by the employee. You can also see that the ticket number has been automatically generated. Now if you want relevant teams to pull the ticket information to work on the incident and then capture resolution details worked by the teams, you can have another app for that and interconnect these apps. For this, I'll go back to the dashboard and then click on New App. Here I'll name our second app as Tickets. I click on Add Section and give a name to this section on the right hand panel as Ticket Details. Now to interconnect this app to our incident app, I will click on Add Field and I will select Get Data from Other Apps. This block is very useful if you want to pull information from one Clappia app into another. So I will give the label name as Select Ticket. And under Data Source App, I will select the app from which I am pulling the information from to this app. So when I click on this, I will select Incidents, which was our first app. Under Selection Fields, these were all the fields that we had created in the incident reporting app. So I will only select the fields in which I want to search with, which would be incident type, priority, and status of the ticket. So by selecting these three options, relevant teams will know which ticket to handle, what priority it is to be worked on, and the status of the ticket, whether it is open, in progress, or completed. Now under pulled fields, based on the search criteria, you can pull information of certain fields from the incidents app. So I could probably select all of the options. I will not be selecting anything to do with resolution because I will add that later. Now I'll click on save. You can see the moment I save this, all the fields that I had selected has auto-populated over here. So anytime you search a submission from the incidents app, all these fields will get automatically filled. Now coming to the resolution part, I will add another section for this. So I'll give a name to the section as resolution. I will create the same resolution fields as we had done for the incidents app. First I will add status. I will change label to resolution status. I'll give the options as open, in progress, and completed. Next, I will use the multi-line text block for resolution details. I will add a date block for when it was resolved. Go to the advanced option and I can keep all three enabled. So first the system will automatically capture the date, but if the employee needs to make changes to the date, they can do so. You can change this according to your requirement. So if you do not want them to make any changes, you can have these disabled and only keep default to current date enabled. And finally, I will add a signature block to capture signature of the resolver. Now the incident ticket app structure is also completed. If you would like any changes made to this ticket app, say for example, the resolution details has been captured over here and you would like these to be reflected in the incidents app submissions, then you can automate this process using workflows. So when you go to step 3 of workflows, you click on start or add step, you can see the various pre-coded nodes available for you to automate your app. You can make it so that any changes made to the tickets in this app will be reflected in the first incidents app. So for example, if a team changes the status of the ticket to in progress or completed, then the incident submission also to be reflected as so. So I can use the if condition node, and on the right hand panel, I can give the condition as if the resolution status is in progress. So at the rate resolution status equals to in progress. Then I can use an edit submission node to make changes in the incident app. So on the right hand panel, I will select the app where the changes are to be made. That will be the incidents app. And to identify which submission I am changing in the incident app, similar to the tickets app, I will click on add filter and use ticket number, because the ticket number will be the same for both the incidents app and the tickets app. For set field values, I will select the fields in the incident app which needs to be changed. And I click on add field. I would first like the status to be changed. So if the ticket was first open and then the relevant team had changed it to in progress, I would like that to be reflected. So I will just search for status. I'll select this. And over here, I will give the relevant variable from the tickets app, which will be at the rate resolution status. Next, I would like to change the resolution details field. So I will select that over here. And from the tickets app, I will select resolution details. Make sure you select the one which is not highlighted in gray, because the ones highlighted in gray are from the incidents app. And finally, I would also like to change the submission status of the incident reporting app. So if any relevant team has changed an open ticket into in progress or completed, then I would like that submission to be reflected the same. Again, I'll click on add field. Here, I will click on submission status. Here in this drop-down, I will select in progress. That is because we are currently working with the in progress condition. Now I will save this. Now that we have done for in progress, similarly we can have it for completed. So again over here under start, I will click on another if node, and under condition, I will type in if the resolution status equals to completed. Next, I will give another edit submission node, and on the right hand panel, under select app, I will select the incidents reporting app. For filters, it will remain the same. So I will select ticket number for this and give the variable as ticket number. For set field values, for changes to be made in the incidents app, I will first change status. So whatever is the status in the resolution status will be reflected there. Next, I will capture all the resolution details from the tickets app to the incident reporting app. So I can just search for all those relevant fields. One would be resolution details. Next, signature resolver, and then resolved on. One of the main reasons I had mentioned resolution details, signature of resolver, and resolved on in the incident reporting app is so that any changes made in this ticketing app will get reflected over there. Not necessarily that it needs to be captured in the incident reporting app itself. And finally, I will change the submission status. In place of in progress, like we did for the first edit submission, over here I will select completed. Now I'll save this. Now we will see how the ticketing app works. I will go to app home. Again, the app is live and ready to use. Now for select ticket, you can see that the submission I had made in the incident reporting app is reflected over here. You can see the incident type, the priority, as well as the status. So any team from the relevant department can search which ticket they need to work on. They can also type it in. Once I clicked on the ticket, you can see all the details of the ticket has been populated. So the relevant teams can check the details of the incident and then work upon it. Now in the resolution section, they can fill in the details over here. For example, if I select in progress and just type in something under resolution details, I click on submit. You can view the submission again on the submissions tab. All these details were automatically captured, and under resolution section, the relevant team's details has been captured as well. Now let me open the incident reporting app. I will go to the submissions tab, and over here you can see status says in progress. That is because once you create a submission in tickets, it has triggered the workflow. So since I had selected in progress as the resolution status in the Tickets app. In the Incident Reporting app, it will also reflect the same under status. You can also see the details over here. So it says in progress. Now let's see what happens when I click on completed. I go back to the Tickets app, go to App Home, and then select that same ticket. For the resolution status, I will click on completed and then fill in these two fields. Click on Submit, go to the Submissions tab. You can click on the submission to view your details. These same details will be reflected in the Incident Reporting app as well. I'll go to that app, I'll just refresh this, and you can see the status says completed. When I check the right hand panel, the status is completed. You get the resolution details that I had mentioned, as well as the signature. It has also captured the date automatically. So in this way, you can configure your incident reporting app and for relevant teams to work upon it, ensuring safety and time efficiency. If you have any queries in configuring the incident reporting app or any other feature in Clappia, you can always request support by clicking on the request support button over here, or you can email us directly to support@clappia.com and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.